Good morning, friends. Today we'll cover exercise 10 of this tutorial series on Java serialization. So this is a class exercise 10 which extends other class 10 and also implements serializable interface. So let's look at other class 10 first. So this class, other class 10 is not implementing serializable and it has only got one private field, protected field member as name, but it is marked as transient. Okay, so and we have got constructor and getters and setters for this, which sets this to in the constructor we are setting it as a name as Java. Okay, this was about this only having one protected field member, which would be inherited here in this exercise 10. After this, we have got this initializer, instance initializer, which is where we are setting this inherited name as to from Java to Python. And in the constructor also, we are again overriding this name to JavaScript. So exercise 10 itself doesn't has any variable and any private field member. It is only inheriting this name, which is a string from the parent class, other class 10. And one more thing is that this name is transient. Okay, so this is the information about this only one variable. Now let's go to the main method. In the main method, again we are writing it to the serialized file. We call this a constructor object. And we set the name explicitly from JavaScript to Golang, and then we write this object. After this, we read this object from the file stream using the read object method, and we simply print this name to see what is the value. Let's look at this very carefully. And so what should be the result? Choose all that apply. If either the compilation fails or an exception is thrown at runtime, and if these two are not the cases, then what should be the output of this statement? Once we deserialize it back, what should be the name coming? It should be the Golang or JavaScript or Python or from other class Java. So I'll pause the video here, try on your own before you come back to the solution. Okay, guys, let's look at the solution now. I hope you have tried it on your own. So let's go to the whole flow first before we actually run this program and see the solution. So we have this output stream, and once we call this new exercise 10, before this constructor is running, right, let's see that what is the sequence first. First of all, because there is no private field member of its own, and only the inheritance is done here, so the name Python is set here. But even before that, we always know that the first call is always to super, implicit call to super always. Okay, so when super is called, in that case, it will call this constructor and it will set the name as Java. After this is called, then we have got, so it actually overrides from Python to Java at this point, and after this we again explicitly set from Java to JavaScript. So this is the name variable at this point of time. So once this constructor is called, at this time our name is JavaScript, and after that we again change the name to Golang, and then we write this object. But when we write this object, right, this name is actually transient, which means that because it's transient, it's not going to be the part of serialization. So nothing as a state is written here. It's just a plain object without any state. As name would be set as null here while writing this object. And once we read this object back, now here is the very important point that we have discussed in the previous chapter on inheritance, that how it affects serialization. So even though this exercise 10 is implementing serializable, but its parent class, other class 10, it is not implementing serializable. It means that the constructor would be called here. Constructor for other class 10 only would be called here. So it means that this constructor is called, and then we get the name back as Java. So from serialize, there's no constructor here, nothing will be called here, this will not be called because this exercise 10 is implementing serializable, but other class 10 is, that's why the from serialize should be actually Java. So I hope that the solution should be D, Java. Okay, so let's run this and see. Okay, so it's Java as expected. So the correct answer is D for the reasoning we just discussed. So guys, this was all about exercise 10. In the next video, we'll see exercise 11. So see you all in the next video.